let's talk about self-care. And I'm not talking about bubble baths or spa days, although I am all about those things. But if self-care stops there, it's like slapping a band-aid on a deeper wound. Real self-care, it's sacred. It's about showing up for yourself in ways that go beyond the surface. It's about nourishing your soul, honoring your boundaries, and not abandoning yourself when shit gets hard. Somewhere along the way, self-care got reduced to face masks and fancy lattes. And while those things can feel nice, they're not going to heal your burnout. They're not going to mend your broken heart or give you the clarity that you're actually searching for. Real self-care is deeper. It's asking yourself, what do I need today? How can I honor myself in this moment? Where am I saying yes when I really mean no? It's about the hard stuff, like resting when you feel guilty for not being productive, or saying no to someone you care about because you need to say yes to yourself. It's about recognizing when you're spiraling and asking for help instead of pushing through on your own. Think of self-care as a relationship with yourself. You wouldn't treat your best friend like an afterthought, so why do you do it to yourself? If a friend told you that they were exhausted, overwhelmed, and barely holding it together, would you tell them to slap on a face mask and call it a day? Of course not. You would show up for them. You would listen. You'd remind them of their damn worth. And it's time for you to do the same for yourself. Sacred self-care isn't about escaping your life. It's about nourishing it. It's about checking in, not checking out. It's about asking, what would truly nourish my mind, my body, and soul? Not just for the next 5 minutes, but in a lasting way. Because self-care isn't just some quick fix. It's something that brings you back to yourself again and again. It's about creating rituals that remind you of your worth, your values, and your needs. It's making the bold choice to show up for yourself, even when life feels messy and uncomfortable. Sacred self-care means putting your phone down and being present with your thoughts, even the uncomfortable ones. Creating space for joy and not feeling guilty about it. Taking time to rest without earning it. Saying no when something feels heavy, and saying yes to the things that feel aligned. It's about asking for what you need without apologizing. It's about recognizing that taking care of yourself isn't selfish. It's essential. You can't pour from an empty cup, and you can't keep abandoning yourself in the name of productivity or people pleasing. Here's the truth, and it might hit hard. If you're constantly burning yourself out to keep everyone else happy, you're not actually helping anyone. You're just depleting yourself. Sacred self-care is about stepping out of that cycle and making your well-being the priority. When we treat self-care as sacred, we stop seeing it as something we have to earn or something we deserve. We stop making it conditional on whether we've done enough or accomplished enough. We recognize that taking care of ourselves is an act of love, not just for ourselves, but for everyone else around us. Because when we're nourished, we show up as a more grounded, intentional version of ourselves. Let me be clear. Sacred self-care is the foundation of a life that feels good from the inside out. It's not a break from your life. It's the thing that allows you to show up for it more fully. So here's what I want you to do today. Check in with yourself. Ask, what do I need right now? And then give yourself permission to listen to the answer. And it doesn't have to be big. Maybe it's taking 5 minutes to breathe, saying no to a request that feels heavy, or taking a nap because your body needs rest. Whatever it is, make it sacred. Honor it as a necessary part of your life, not something you squeeze in when everything else is done. Remember, you're worthy of care. You're worthy of showing up for yourself without guilt, without shame and without waiting for permission. Start today. Ask yourself what you need and give yourself permission to listen. Because the more you care for yourself, the more you can show up for everything else in your life with purpose, with clarity, and with heart. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. If you're feeling this message, go ahead, hit that like button and subscribe so you won't miss future videos. And I would love to hear from you. Drop a comment sharing one self-care practice you're going to start to align more with your purpose and your values. Let's inspire each other. See you in the next video.